Welcome back to the LEC. Wow, we just came off of a banging game, and wow, Red Bull
does full of energy, aren't you? Whoa!
Hashtag ad or Werbung if you're in Deutschland.
Oh my god, you're really full of it today.
Wow, it really kicked in all at once. Welcome. So this next game is going to be a bit of a weird one because simultaneously we're witnessing the end of Schalke and their incredible contributions to European esports with these last few games. And we're also witnessing G2 fight for top 4. So the question for me, the question for you at home, is this going to be a funeral for Schalke? Is this going to be a sad couple of games? Or is this going to be a wake? Is this going to be a party? Are we going to remember them with joy? Are we going to look back at this as a split where they 2-0'd G2, even in their final moments? It's a big question, because they won last time, folks. BrokenBlade absolutely bodied Wunder in a 1v1 Nocturne. Ooh, you might remember it. The set could do nothing. Caedrel, I know you remember it. Let's see if they can do it again.
You just saw the whole thing.
I'm gonna chill now.
You're gonna chill now? No, you're not.
No,
we got a game.
Wow.
But you're right. Schalke is G2's kryptonite. And although they might be out of playoffs, maybe they're like the evolved version of kryptonite, because now they have nothing to lose. So just send it.
That's all you need to be. I think it's red kryptonite. I don't know. I'm not a DC guy. There's another level of kryptonite, I think.
Is there actually?
Nah, but I might do something. I don't.
Yeah,
actually, tweet us. I need to know. Is there a higher level kryptonite? One of you is for sure a big DC fan. In the meantime, no one DCing today, even though we are playing online. That's a transition.
Ooh, good transition. I like it.
Aurelia continuing to hit the ban table. Red, blue side, #1. 2 games in a row now. See if that champion gets a little bit more play as we get closer to playoffs. But for today, continuing to keep our eyes on the very aggressive, very powerful bottom laners. That is the Varus, that is the Kalista, and for some teams, the Syndra bot lane as well. But no surprise, see the Twisted Fate taken away from Caps. He has been on a tear, and when Caps is playing well on Twisted Fate historically, G2 is also playing very well.
Yeah, I don't think Caps is going to get TF again. Maybe not even in playoffs, we'll see. But since our ban away, we won't see that first pick by G2. And we'll see if Schalke want to ban away something like Viego or Kalista perhaps. We saw Rekkles having great Kalista performances recently.
Yeah.
Which is a champion which we never really expected Rekkles to play over the last few years because he likes to go for, you know, things like the Kai'Sa, the Jhin, the Sivir. But Kalista's meta, and he's shown that he can play it really well.
And it's crazy how quickly the perception has changed, right? It takes 2 games where he performs pretty well in the champion after not playing it for 4 years for it to really rise in priority, and now certainly he could pick it up again. It's going to be the Thresh first pick for G2, and I like to see it. Schalke debating what option they want to go for here. Tahm Kench, I've been underwhelmed by so far, I will say.
You've not been whelmed, you've been underwhelmed?
I have not been whelmed.
You've not been whelmed. Well, Varus, just like you were talking about, is going to get picked up, you expect, by Schalke. Maybe they want to go for something like a Diana as well, and then go for an AD mid or counter pick support on 3. Could also just match support here, but they're going to go for Syndra, so they're going to show their mid laner. Varus, Syndra, 1-2 is going to come out from Schalke. G2 can obviously respond by picking their AD in mid here, or they can throw a curveball. Jungle could be a big point of contention, because we were talking about AD junglers earlier on. Xin Zhao and Lee Sin banned away this time around. So when you grasp those AD junglers, it's kind of difficult. When you have Syndra, you want an AD jungler, like perhaps a Graves. And Viego's already taken off the board. So is it going to be a Volibear for Kirei perhaps? But that's a Kalista, and that's a Varus, just like we said.
And can Kirei find his footing in these last few games? It has been a difficult season. Going up against Jankos, certainly no easy task. Jankos, of course, with the Viego. Viego as a solo laner, essentially dead with all the sustained hits over the last few patches. But Trundle getting picked up, I do like to see a champion that can have a lot of impacts and ganks, relatively simple to execute. And for Kirei, a guy who, again, has been struggling to find his footing on stage, certainly could work out nicely. That said, Trundle could also go into the support position up against the Kalista Thresh, as that is going to be a difficult lane to survive.
It's a difficult lane, but I've seen a lot of Trundle support in high-elo solo queue. A lot of pro players are playing Trundle support with Hail of Blades. A lot of burst, level 1, level 2 can all in quite easily, and obviously can take away AD from AD carry and also one-shot him. So in the early stages, Trundle support is good, but Schalke can ban away mid laners into the Syndra. Echo already taken off the board. Obviously Syndra wins that lane and gets the push in the early points. But Echo, 2 items, wins on side lane. It's very hard for Syndra to keep up, because just like last game, Syndra bot can go mid. And then you have an AD carry that can go bot. But this time around, you don't really have that much of a side laner unless you can get it on BrokenBlade for the counter pick. So Schalke going to last pick top here. They're going to pick their support on 4. G2 going to ban away support. Schalke going to ban away mid lane counters to the Syndra.
And I like it. I like what we're seeing from both sides so far. Now, G2 Esports, I'm sweating a little bit for the side of Schalke just because there is a Kalista Thresh on the opposite side, but Neon and Limit, they've been no slouches this season. Had 1 or 2 fumble games, but otherwise have been pretty consistent most of their matches. Zoe now also taken away, really trying to eliminate a lot of the champions who can nullify parts of Syndra's kit or make her non-interactive. Sleepy Trout Bubble into a one-shot, certainly a way to make sure you don't get ulted.
Yeah, last ban here for G2. Is it going to be Leona? Is it going to be Rakan? Could also be not bad of a ban, but the lane phase is very difficult regardless of what support they go for. But they're going to take away Set. Kind of like a top and support hit there. We've only seen BrokenBlade play it once, and Limit's yet to play it, but still denies that champion as a 4-pick flex, perhaps. So now Schalke probably picking support you'd expect. The only really strong top laner open, you'd argue, is Jace. They want to go for that, but it's just going to be the Alistar. So Varus, Alistar into Kalista Thresh doesn't sound fun. That lane, nope, it's going to be very difficult, but Alistar obviously really good into Kalista if you can combo her up and get some follow-up CC from a Pillar or a Syndra stun, of course. But the lane phase in bot's looking rough for Schalke, and we'll see what G2 has in store in mid lane.
And last season when Schalke were making a miracle run, it was Limit on the Alistar who was doing so much incredible work. See if he can find similar success here in the final moments, in the final season for Schalke, no fear. Camille now going to get locked in the hands of Wunder. I like it overall against Trundle. True damage on the precision protocol, never a bad thing to have, and certainly more engage options do not hurt.
Are we going to see BrokenBlade's Jax? Good counter into Camille. Could also go something like a Fiora. Obviously, those are the lanes that Camille struggles against after one item. In the early stage, not fine. Not bad, actually. Camille into Jax in the early game's not bad. But Orianna picked up for caps. I mean, there's 5 mid laners banned. LeBlanc, TF, Echo, Zoe, Irelia. And he gets Orianna anyway, so I don't think he's sweating at all in the 4-5s, despite that many bans coming through and Syndra being early rotated. What will BrokenBlade go for? He's the man of the hour for Schalke in the wins. So having some kind of winning side laner could be really important for them.
Really debating the options here. Really don't want to talk about the hover-overs. It's going to be the GP. All right, I like to see it. There is an immobile Orianna. Kalista also going to struggle to get out of the GP ult for the most part. That is a big champion. If BrokenBlade wants to carry, GP is certainly a pick to get it done. Oranges into the hookshot wall dive as well is certainly a nice interaction.
Yeah, Rekkles on the Kalista. He has a lot of things in front of him. He has a GP ult, a Trundle pillar. He has Varus in front of him, Alistar combo. Yeah. It's going to be pretty hard for him to move in fights, but I'm sure he'll be fine because of the winning lane itself. So G2 probably going to try to play towards bot side here. Schalke might want to look to play top lane. GP will win out on trades against Camille early. Maybe Kirei can look for some early dives. But G2's comp pretty well rounded. You got good split pusher, you got good team fight, and you have winning lanes in bot, and mid is contested. On the other side for Schalke, top lane, you got the counter pick. Maybe Kirei can play up towards his top side. It's all a question of whether Neon and Limit can survive. Because in the last few games, it doesn't look like they're able to survive in the lane phase. If their jungler is playing towards the top side, we saw Neon and Tristana really struggling.
See what Schalke can do. Again, weird game for this team to play out. They're already knocked out, but maybe they can get something done. Maybe they can upset the apple cart, take something away from G2 Esports. G2 still fighting for a spot in the top 4. See if they can start to secure it here as we get into game. Here we are on to Summoner's Rift, 4th game of the 2nd day of a super week. 1 more day, 6 more games in front of us after this one concludes. Certainly an intense week for all of these teams. Schalke, an interesting position, and Caedrel, while the stakes are weird in this game, we've made up some stakes to make it a big, just an absolute banger. And that right now is regular season.
So you're trying to get the graphic record. Up. Oh, you got it? Ready?
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom.
Look at that.
You can see that, but all I want you to know is, yes, it's G2 favored, but it is only slightly G2 favored, and Schalke could get it to 10 and 11. One of the best of 1 records of any team in the LEC. They're out of playoffs, so they got to fight for something. And right now, they're fighting for their regular season head-to-head record against G2 Esports.
Definitely better than Rogues, who are 0-12.
Yes.
0-12?
Well, they have won. Yeah,
they managed to win 9 games, and Schalke always seem to beat G2. And I think that, yes, it's true, Schalke is G2's kryptonite, but if you add on top of the fact that they're basically out, right? They're not in playoffs, they're out, so they've got nothing to lose. And, I mean, I've been in this position before, okay? It's gonna hurt to say this. I've been in a position where I'm playing a game and I'm out of playoffs.
Wait.
And the main thing you want to do here, especially for Schalke, oh, hang on, we got a trade in bot.
Back.
Just a headbutt, just proxy after shock to make sure he's fine. For Schalke, you're out. The team is leaving the LEC, unfortunately, and the players' contracts will run out. So when you're playing these games, I think the most important thing, as selfish as it sounds, is just make yourself look good. The contract happen in November. Teams will try to maybe look to sign certain players, and I think looking good is really important. A lot of trading in this bot lane.
Yeah. Feels a little bit more positive for G2 right now as the play does whiff for Mikyx, though.
NUCLEARINT misses the QE, and Caps should be able to win out in this trade, but Kirei's right behind him, level 3. Oh, Caps flash W!
In, but Caps, that might not be where you want to be. He can't get the last auto. NUCLEARINT, how low is he? 13 HP, a TSM logo. You'll love to see it.
Everyone's living on 1 HP. And Caps, I'd love to get the replay of that, because although he died, he played that so well. He flashed forwards to land a W on NUCLEARINT to proc his phase rush to slow him. So even if NUCLEARINT was to flash away, Caps would have killed him. Unlucky for him, Kirei was right behind him.
Certainly was. The one circumstance where that does not work out. Let's take a look back
So look at
it.
this. So Caps sees NUCLEARINT miss the QE. So NUCLEARINT tries to stun him and crash the wave, but it misses. So now Caps knows he has no spells. So what he does is he just autos him flash Ws on top of him and puts a slow on him. So if NUCLEARINT flashes away, then he can Q auto him. So now NUCLEARINT can't flash away. He has phase rush, so maybe he probably could have got out, but Caps doesn't have the damage in the end. So intelligent play, didn't work out.
And of course, Orianna, part of the reason why I think she feels comfortable in the match. But if Syndra does whiff, the Clockwork wind-up passive is so much damage. That said, Syndra going to be even more oppressive in lane now at level 3 with an additional Dark Seal alongside the boots. So much harder to hit your skill shots now in this mid lane 1v1.
Yeah, and is slightly ahead in XP as well. Kirei got the assist and will get top grab. Jankos has full cleared. He was going towards top side, but now he's going to go towards the bot's crab because he knows Kirei's up there. Limit and Neon able to take a base.
Overall, Caedrel, Schalke doing well so far in the early stages of the game. Kirei even in farm, but obviously has that additional assist. And while Caps is trading back, for now the health trade slightly positive for the side of NUCLEARINT. Mikyx here, but Limit there matching perfectly timed from both sides.
Yeah, both bot lanes base around the same time. Both supports arrive at the same time. NUCLEARINT's winning on these trades because of the item disadvantage. Limit's just here to cover. He knew Mikyx would roam here. Another stun connects. Caps, even though he almost got the solo kill, is really struggling now. He's going to have to crash this wave. That's why Mikyx's here and he's trying to pressure him off. Limit doesn't have flash combo, so he can't punish Caps for walking up. Does have Ignite though, so if he gets in range, he might look for it. Kirei's on the way, Jankos is on the way, both junglers are here. It's a mid lane ARAM at 4 minutes, 30 seconds, and there's a good reason for it. Caps needs to crash his wave, but NUCLEARINT and Schalke don't want to let him do it.
Flash, Limit waiting in the darkness. Trundle going to be stronger in the early game.
Oh, hook
does connect from Mikyx. He's now moving in. Jankos can jump back in, but he hasn't used the lantern quite yet. Caps now making it out to safety. They opt to back off. They don't want the fight.
Kirei tries to flash Q Caps to get the slow, to get some follow-up, but NUCLEARINT is out of mana, and Limit wasn't in range. So nice try. The wave does crash in the end, and G2 come out on top, because now they can take away Schalke's bot side vision. Trundle has no flash. Rekkles arrives. Oh, he got cancelled!
Good cancel comes in for BrokenBlade. Damage getting traded back here.
Wow, I thought he disappeared there for a millisecond, so I thought he was out, but does get cancelled. BrokenBlade still has a lot of pressure in this lane, as expected. GP into Camille in the early portions of the game. GP wins out with the grasp, with the Qs. It's very hard to trade back.
Yeah, looks like just the animation of the recall from Camille making that one a little bit difficult to understand. She does, you know, grapple back up to the quote ceiling, if there is one.
There is one. The y-axis.
Kirei.
Oh, big wave stacked up top. This is exactly what we talked about in draft. Play topside. BrokenBlade will win out on trades, but now he just took 2 tower shots. No, he just took
Kirei
1.
can go in, but this is going to be very difficult. Hookshot wall dive is going to make this tough, but Wunder so going to be low. Kirei, one more auto.
There's no flash.
Ooh!
The Triumph saves him. The Triumph saves him. But exactly as we expected. You know, top's winning. He's going to be able to stack waves. He's going to win out on the trades. Kirei, don't die to the minions. Kirei, those two. Yo! Okay.
35 HP.
He got out. He got out. We take those. We take those.
BrokenBlade level 6 now, though, as he crashes the wave. Wunder, no TP. BrokenBlade can back and still use GP ult anywhere on the map. This is huge.
Yeah, and BrokenBlade is the reason they won against G2 in the first week on his Nocturne. Solo killed Wunder on the Nocturne into set, and he did so much work in that game to help his team get the win. That was in week 1. This is a lot of a different scenario now. A lot of weeks later.
Certainly is, but you can see he was getting a ton of jungle attention, and now he's getting some jungle attention as well as he and Kirei do go for that dive. And Kirei on a tear. Again, difficult season. Widely considered one of the worst performing junglers in the league. But
I think the worst performing jungler in the league, yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of trying to pull my punches there. But yes, the worst performing jungler in the league. Now 1-0-1 in a match versus G2. And the Trundle looks like he finally found a pick that was working for him.
Which is surprising to me, because Kirei has always been really high elo. He did very, very well in the ERLs, just struggling this time around in the LEC on his first starter position. But he managed to get a kill mid for NUCLEARINT, was able to cover Caps' all in. Goes for the play top, stack wave top, gets the dive off, so early 2 kills for Schalke. Bot lane's not going as bad as I expected. When I saw these matchups, I thought that, wow, I think Kalista Thresh should be able to punish this lane really hard, but now Varus is level 6, Kalista has no cleanse, Alistar can pressure a 2v2 kill if they get some kind of window to look for it, but it's just all about mid. Ever since that solo kill in mid, kill in mid, Schalke just need to keep bailing out NUCLEARINT on the waves, and G2 need to do the same, so both supports are moving towards mid, so AD carries are just kind of handshaking these bot waves, and that's why Neon and Rekkles are just even.
Yeah. Rekkles now level 6, maybe a bit more room for playmaking here on the bottom side. That said, Varus ult always has to be respected. On their own in the 2v2, maybe not nearly as scary, but as the lethality itemization starts to come through, and as Kirei gets stronger, that's a press the attack Trundle, who is also going for some aggressive itemization.
But look how far behind Kirei is. Level 5 to level 6 Jankos. He's down 4 camps. More camps actually, he's down so many camps, 26, so definitely struggling, but he's making plays happen, so you can understand Trundle is a very early game focused jungler. Will be useful in the fights if he can ult Thresh. Oh, hang on, BrokenBlade.
Flash makes it over the wall. Wunder now going to be in trouble because he's still tanking the tower. He says to back away. BrokenBlade is still alive. That's the ultimate. Boom, that's the shot. Grass proc keeping him safe, and again, the TSM
logo.
flare.
Again? That's 2.
Dang.
Okay, well, BrokenBlade gets out, flashes over the wall just as Wunder ults him, pulls him with him, and manages to win out on the 1v2. What can Schalke get on the other side of the map? Because now jungler's expended a lot of time there, and Kirei should get himself a Drake. Has the bot push. I'm fumbling all over my words today, but they're going to push in bot, push in mid, and they're going to get the strike.
Caedrel.
Yep.
It's perfectly okay to fumble your words, because I understand you're overwhelmed at the prospect of the latest and greatest stakes that have been added to this game.
Okay.
Because before, Schalke were fighting for nothing. We thought it was pride. It was a chance for more seasons upcoming. But now we know they're not fighting for themselves. They are fighting for Misfits, Caedrel, because if Schalke win here, they lock Misfits in the top 4. It's all become clear now.
Okay, so stats did the math. Schalke win, Misfits lock top 4 playoff seed. So Misfits are watching this game closely, and Schalke is 1k gold up.
Yeah.
A TSM logo again.
Oh, yeah.
That's a third one.
That TSM logo, if you want to pretend
Great.
Misfits fan, that's a Misfits logo. That's basically what it is. Because every time this man pops off and pops that logo, you're one step closer to top 4. And again, top 4, reminder, for those of you who still don't understand our playoffs format, and I understand it's a bit dense, it's a bit confusing, but top 4, good. Double elimination bracket, strong. More chances to lose, more chances to win. Bottom bracket, 5th and 6th, bad.
Thanks
Not where you want to be.
I want a Drakos playoff check.
I think I did the VO for all of them, so I'm kind of flaming myself.
Okay.
Oh, ooh, excuse me. That said, Limit keen to make a play here in the mid lane, because while it did start off very, very powerful for NUCLEARINT, you know, it gets some initial plays, makes it out by the skin of his teeth, comes back with boots. Since Caps has gotten the Merc Treads, it has been a bit of a quiet mid lane, and Caps even starting to pull ahead in CS.
Well, it's Control Mage versus Control Mage. Both supports have engaged, but both supports keep moving mid, so neither of them can look for an all-in. Caps might be in trouble here if Limit flash combos over the wall. Ooh, yeah, here it comes.
Weak flash combo instantly. Now they've not got the pillar as well.
Caps! Oh, no, Caps!
Into the wall.
No, Caps, you didn't do that. No. There was a pillar. Oh, man. Just flashed into the wall. Well, Limit, I saw it, Limit saw it. Caps dies. Bit of a greedy path there, but I guess he didn't know where the jungle support was. But what can G2 get on the other side of the map? That's the biggest question you have to ask yourself when a play is made, because Limit's trying to find his way back to bot, but Mikyx zoning him in a 1v1, I think. They're having a little bit of a supportal battle. And Neon should be able to catch the wave, so good play from Schalke. Caps. It's a rough one.
Yeah. Maybe they go for the cheeky dive here, but I think this is very risky.
Oh, Lantern for
the TP. He can now get the follow-up. They now go for the play, but the TP's being responded to. It's Mickey in no man's land. This could be a disaster. Neon, there's no chance for the shockwave. That's the GP ult from downtown. Limit now with the follow-up. Getting the auto attack on his stun. Let's get Mikyx over the wall. He's trying to pull back. That's a clean shockwave. Limit on the backside, trying to make it out as quickly as he can. Nuclear, it's good damage, but the heal comes in. It saves Limit. Now it's Jankos who's in trouble. Arrow, not quite enough.
Oh, looks good, G2, but it didn't work. Now Schalke might dive top Wunder. There's a wave. BrokenBlade has no ult, though. Kirei does.
Oh, knockback, unstoppable. Tries to block what he can. Adaptive defenses, hook shot, wall dive out to safety. It's clear from
flash.
Wunder.
Is he going to go for it? Wunder has no flash. He should know it. Is he going to flash Q?
No mana on
you
Wunder.
You have no mana. Nope, he's fine. He's fine. And Schalke's just going to get some top plates.
Okay, calm down, T1 on the you have no mana.
It's so funny.
It's good every time.
I like that.
Sorry, Freak.
Now Kirei, he tried to take away red buff, Caps zoning him away. Now he's trying to take away blue buff, Caps is zoning him away. Kirei gets it, but there's a TP behind him. That's Wunder, but he doesn't have ult, and Caps doesn't either. He's way too far away.
Flash over the wall, pillar as well.
Okay, so he's fine. That's my analysis.
Bit of a weird minute of League of Legends.
I mean, G2's dives yesterday were clean. They were clean as hell. They were working out left, right, and center. Numbers disadvantage, winning out the trades, dropping aggro, juggling aggro. But that dive, the problem with that dive right there on bot was you had 2 creeps and they died pretty much instantly. So G2 went for a no creep dive at the start of the engage. Not good.
Remind me which team had the GP yesterday when G2 were pulling off these clean dives? Might be an important one, and in the hands of BrokenBlade again, 79 CS, slightly falling behind, still going to be ahead of gold because of the assist, and the wonderful thing that is GP passive, a lot of extra gold.
It's gonna find Mikyx here. Ooh, doesn't get the combo. Now Mikyx can turn it. Limit has no ultimate and no flash.
Gonna back off. Limit now needs to get to safety. That's a pillar to buy a bit more space.
Cap's
Limit
behind
gonna be able
him.
to make it out for now, but Cap's on the way in. Limit surely gonna fall. Ooh, good headbutt. Jankos chasing though, flash forward, but the Rune King Rekkles from downtown to snipe it away. And now Jankos has access to an Alistar combo, which could be enough to get this dive going, but G2
No wave.
don't have a wave.
Yep, no wave. They're just gonna opt out of it. Caps needs to catch mid-wave, but NUCLEARINT sees him on the ward.
Clean. Good
No flash.
follow-up, good damage. Cap's now running for the hills.
Oh,
Trying
he
to move.
misses.
It's clean movement. Pull back there.
No flash on
Now
NUCLEARINT.
NUCLEARINT gonna be in trouble. Flash forward from Mikyx to the play. Trying to get the lineup. That's the box now coming in. Wunder gonna go in, look to finish off the kill for himself. Precision Protocol should finish it. NUCLEARINT still alive, trying to go forward, trying to get something onto Caps, but he just can't get in range. Shut down. Ooh, disrespectful finish from Caps. Gets him with the dissonance.
Now Jankos might be in trouble.
Jankos has to run. Rekkles and Mikyx are in the area. Neon could fire the ulti over the wall, but doesn't want to risk it, doesn't want to go for it. G2 coming back in the last few exchanges here.
Okay, there's a lot of fighting going on here. G2 want to focus down towards the bot side because Rekkles is strong and has to push all the time. They want to try to force Neon off waves, but the problem they have is mid-push. You can see Caps has to try and get his jungler there to push it in with him to be able to move. And when he doesn't have his jungler, NUCLEARINT wins the 1v1 trade. All that happens, but in isolation, top lane is really, really favored for Schalke. BrokenBlade has ult here, and he's got almost 4 plates on that top tower without the Herald.
Can we get a quick gold check, whether that's the side pop gold check or the observer's gold check? Can we just pop right in there? Thank you, observers. Yeah, that's a big difference. GP getting an early Divine Sunderer is going to make this game a lot more difficult for the side of G2. Individually, though, you can see small gold lead for Jankos. Caps slightly ahead of NUCLEARINT despite the 2 kills, so certainly not bad yet, but Jankos stepping forward just to make sure that Wunder can push this wave in. Going for the dive, though, would be very risky. Barrels and the ulti make it hard.
Just trying to help him crash the wave. Wunder has no TP. Jankos just wants to get that wave on the tower so Wunder can base and spend his gold. Herald spawning up soon. Dragon. Kirei is taking that one away, so that'll put Schalke at 2 Drakes. Helps in the win condition. Just depends whether it's Cloud or Infernal Soul.
Did have Cloud last game.
We have a lot of Clouds.
We have had a lot of Clouds.
Are we getting another Cloud?
I'm thinking it's going to be a bright, sunshiny day, if I had to guess. I'm wrong.
Yeah,
it's a cloudy day.
Cloudy
day.
Yeah, it's always a Cloud.
I feel like LCK. Where's Atlas? This is the moment that we need Atlas in a TriCast to complain about Cloud Dragons. He's the man who understands what it takes to deal with the Cloud Rift. But Kirei,
looking bot. Hook goes wide, and Schalke wanted to play towards the spot side now, but no TPs other than BrokenBlade, and he has GP ult, so Schalke can commit to a 3v3 here if they see both solo laners. Caps mid, Wunder top, so they know it's a 3v3. They have GP ult too.
let's flash out. Good pillar comes in. Buys a bit more room for Kirei, but Jankos now on the way down. Mikyx does not have flash, can't really go for anything else here. Hex flash also not available, taking a lot of damage from the poke Varus. Interestingly, not opting for the Dusk Blade here, going for a bit more Omnivamp, a bit more trading power from Neon.
Okay, so the importance of this game, just to remind the viewers, is if Schalke win, Misfits lock top 4.
G2 win, they're closer to locking top 4, but not mathematically locked it. But obviously is important.
Yeah.
Just not, you know, a do or die kind
And the game is pretty even right now. Schalke have a lot of tools to shut down the Kalista in fight, so getting Caps and Wunder ahead is important. Maybe they want to start snowballing towards the top side, because this 1v1 is very dangerous. BrokenBlade.
Ooh, starting to win out. BrokenBlade, the ulti now coming down. Wunder taking a lot of damage here, getting poked back into 4th. Precision Protocol, where's it going to go? That's the GP ult, the shot.
Oh, the corrupting
ticking. Oh, the rest of the team now trying to come. Limit trying to make his way down. BrokenBlade now running through. Mikyx all on his lonesome there. Mikyx paying the price, but Rekkles saves the day. But Rekkles now cut out. Rekkles has no flash from the play earlier. Mikyx, no one to save him. Now across the wall, Caps tries to do something, but it's Kirei who's taking down Rekkles to flash forward. He wants one more. Kirei looking for redemption. Kirei looking for an opportunity, but he's getting pulled into the tower. He's ignited. There's nowhere for him to go. Trundle, can you do it? Little troll that could. No, it will not work, and G2 still take the fight in the end.
G2 get away with it. BrokenBlade almost gets a solo kill. Mikyx almost died. Oh, he does die. TSM logo. Wunder might be in trouble. Jankos is an Alistar. He just pushed the Grump.
John Wick, baby, you shouldn't have killed
There's a TP coming
dreams.
in. There's a TP coming in. NUCLEARINT's here.
Team NUCLEARINT ready for the follow-up. Caps, the knock-up, the stun is there. NUCLEARINT trying to find the follow-up. NUCLEARINT now just getting taken down. Jankos going to be able to force swap in a second. Turn into Syndra. Can he connect his skills this time? Last time he played, he whiffed.
But now Neon's here. He's got an arrow.
From downtown.
Nope.
Huh.
Okay, well, very messy fights. Schalke overcommitting, G2 punishing, G2 overcommitting, Schalke punishing. In the end, G2 win out. Kinda, because Neon can get this mid-tier one now. So, Schalke have 2 towers. Top and mid-tower have fallen. G2 yet to take one. Only mid-tower is low.
Yeah. Caedrel, all right, let's take
Okay.
stock of the game. This is a weird game. We've got double Divine Thunderers on the top side, but slightly
Limit
to the
wants some
Schalke
more.
top
Jankos has
side.
flash though.
Jankos can flash out to safety, but his Cap's also going to be forced to flash. BrokenBlade now chasing.
here with
TP
ultimate.
now being used. BrokenBlade needs to make it out. That's going to be the stun from the Spectral Mob. BrokenBlade immediately cleansing that one out. Cap's walking away. Is a fast Orianna. Limit getting shut down instantly.
Yeah, these plays look good for G2 in a way because they're managing to turn them, but Schalke, if they hit the ultimates there, I think Caps would be dead because he had no flash. G2 will get the kill and they'll get bot tower as well, so Schalke maybe overextending there a little bit for the fight. And they get themselves nothing. Limit ends up falling.
Very scrappy, very wild game. Schalke holding on to a gold lead, have the extra tower, have 2 extra Drakes. But G2 fighting back, coming back in these big fights, and as you mentioned, feels like just small execution things. A few more skill shots go in their favor, it's a very different game.
NUCLEARINT, no flash, but Limit's behind him.
Mikyx now in trouble, Rekkles now on top of him, and instantly they're just going to delete Mikyx, and now that's the GP. Auto comes through, no room for Rekkles to maneuver. Immortal Shield Bow buys a bit more time, but how immortal is he? Limit now walking him down. Slowly but surely, the Kalista will die. NUCLEARINT grabs that one.
Now G2 are the ones looking for the over-aggressive plays, way too deep. Limit, really smart read there to cover NUCLEARINT on bot tier 2, and then we talked about the GP ult. Rekkles just can't move, he has no flash from earlier on. 2 kills onto Schalke now, who are still ahead in gold. Dragons up in 1 minute. Their next focus is this bot tier 1. They've got top, mid and top tier 1. BrokenBlade has TP. Caps, it's gonna face check him. Only will get chunked out unless Caps wants to commit, because he has no ultimate. He could.
Pull back, Limit, no ulti. Starting to walk away, slowly getting chipped down.
Oh, he missed.
Dash forward from Jankos is going to move in with the Spectral Mock. Kirei, a bit aggressive there. Not going to be able to get anything else, but obviously are going to get Jankos' flash in the end of that exchange.
Yeah, they were trying to pressure that bot tier 1. Limit tries to walk in, gets caught. Didn't have members of Schalke around him. He ends up dropping. So Schalke, let's take stock. Top lane's winning. BrokenBlade will win in isolation against Wunder. They're trying to fight around this Drake and trying to fight around bot side, but they're just not very coordinated when they do it. Neon is strong, NUCLEARINT is strong, they just need to play around their members. Limit should be out of base soon. As I say that, maybe no one top.
They're waiting, precision protocol. Rather, the adaptive defense is Camille passive, doing a lot of work in these exchanges.
He's everywhere.
Mikyx
He's going for this, but he's completely alone, so I guess he's just gonna throw a hook and miss.
Yeah, styled on there with the emote.
This game is messy, I have to say. 14 kills in 19 minutes. It's not a lot for the timer, but it feels like there should have been a lot more because both teams are just looking for so much. Both supports just keep running in and forcing fights. And it's about who's there to answer.
Caedrel.
Yeah.
Why watch the Olympics when we've got the 100-meter dash right here, the way both these teams are sprinting it? There's some greedy plays on both sides. There's some great plays too.
But no world records, I think.
Yeah, no world records.
But it's good effort.
Yeah, a lot of good effort.
Good
Hustle out there.
Good depth. Schalke get their bot tier 1. They get 3rd dragon of the game. So in terms of neutral objectives, Schalke are really far ahead. They've got 3 towers. They've got this dragon, just like we talked about. They're on Cloud Soul Point. Yes, they're still up 1k gold. Feels like G2 are just trying to find plays everywhere. Wunder's trying to all in top. Mikyx's around. BrokenBlade might find him here. Mikyx's coming back up.
Level advantage. Gangplank Chainsword is going to reduce some of the impact of the grass procs as well as the healing from the tactical sweep.
Yeah. So for G2, team fights should be what they want to look for with Orianna, with Viego. Camille on the side lane is struggling against BrokenBlade. Maybe if he can collapse, but look at Limit. Reads the play really well, but NUCLEARINT doesn't have TP, neither does Caps.
He poking a good bit of damage. That's the ulti now coming out. Limit's got the follow-up. BrokenBlade laying down a little bit more damage, but Rekkles is in the area. BrokenBlade needs to make it out. He's trying to run for his life. Rekkles, though, has he bit off more than he could chew? He needs to pull out the spears as fast as he can. BrokenBlade getting 1. BrokenBlade cannot get 2, though. Wunder getting the shutdown, and that's going to be big, but Limit's already on the way out. He's already taken out Mikyx. He's trying to get a little bit more. Limit going down for his 5th death. Jankos on a killing spree. It is a bloodbath. It is a mess.
Oh, Rekkles dies. BrokenBlade manages to kill him, but it's a 2 for 2. Bot lane of G2 dies again trying to find the play. Rekkles goes a bit too deep there. Maybe he didn't expect the amount of damage coming out of BrokenBlade, because like you said, the Gangplank Chainsword means that the lifesteal is not a lot. Limit's reading these plays really well. They commit to Wunder, and Mikyx lanterns Rekkles in. And once Rekkles gets lantern in, he just goes straight in onto BrokenBlade. But then BrokenBlade's barrel combo into the auto attack, into the Q, through the shield bow, manages to kill him.
He doesn't have a ward in the bush. Kalista's autos do not connect if you lose vision of the target.
You're completely right there. Mikyx dies, Limit solo kills him in the support fight. And it's a 2 for 2. So, these fights are going either way. It's always 1 for 1s, 2 for 2s, it's always trades, but still, as the game stands, Schalke still in control.
Certainly. Cloud Soul is going to be a big deal. Some games it is, some games it isn't, but in the game where you have a GP on your team, an Alistar on your team, it is going to matter a lot. Additional GP ults are going to be big. Now we also have, importantly, Anti-shielding coming in from Neon here. That's going to be big with the Serpent's Fang. Is going to make Wunder's life that much more difficult. Rekkles' life that much more difficult. There is already easily procced healing reduction in the form of the Gangplank Chainsword for the side of Schalke.
And NUCLEARINT's playing weak side here. G2 pushed in mid and moved towards top. They didn't take mid tier 1 now. You can see G2 push in mid, move top. Schalke push in mid, move bot. It's a trade-off on the map. G2 should be able to get this top tier 1, but we'll see if Schalke can get this bot tier 2. Obviously the tier 2 should be more gold, but top tier 1 unlocks the wave pushing. So that'll help G2 out a little bit when it comes to contesting neutrals, but Schalke are going to trade. Or Caps can clear the wave, limits around, he is scared. Yep, they're going to get it.
Mikyx there to save the day if he needs to. Keep in mind, 2 minutes, 30 seconds away from the sole point for Schalke, no fear.
Rekkles might want to ult Mikyx in here. He's fishing around.
Coming over the wall, limit in the general area. If he takes the Lantern back over the wall, he's going to be in trouble. Instead, Rekkles is going to be the one who saves him. That's the power of that combo, but it does mean giving up another tier 2, another 650 gold to the side of Schalke.
Yeah, G2's only wave clear is Caps. Rekkles can't stand into range. Wunder's on the side lane, and the Viego and Thresh can't really facilitate too much in the wave clear department. Whereas on Schalke, you have GP, Syndra, Varus, a lot of wave clear, and Schalke are able to play on 2 lanes. They're ahead, they have the vision around mid bot side, they push in mid, they push in bot. 2 tier 2s full, and G2 only get a top tier 1, so the next objective is in 1 minute 50 seconds. That Cloud Soul for Schalke.
In this game, I just feel like the path forward for Schalke is so easy. They've got the luxury of the GP ult, they have Neon and NUCLEARINT if they want to poke out. Keep in mind, Trundle at this point after the Anathema's Chains, if he puts that on Caps, he builds full armor for the rest of the game and gets to ignore pretty much everyone outside of the Camille.
Yeah, and just talking about items, the Serpent's Fang, a lot more value now as well. Wunder just completed a Sterak's. Orianna shield, the Thresh Lantern, the shield bow. There's a lot of shields, which will be denied by the GP ult and the GP in general.
And last game was hooks and stopwatches. In this game, it's some questionable plays and anti-healing, anti-shielding itemization for the side of Schalke.
Yeah, and Schalke gonna push in mid again. G2 have control around bot side, but how long can they hold it? There's still 1 minute until Dragon. Schalke don't have to walk in at all. They can just keep running it down mid and just pushing in. Rekkles is gonna base and finish his second item, and now G2, they realize they have to catch the waves, and they're going to have to give up the control. So, 50 seconds. Schalke, you don't want to face check them.
Caps now going to be in trouble with the auto attack. Will it connect? Caps zooming out to safety. Lantern there as well. Phase Rush keeping him alive for now, but
when they're on the side, he might find BrokenBlade. Just put a ward. They just spot each other out. G2 playing through bot. Schalke are going to push in mid, and they're going to play through mid. As I bring this up, you can see Schalke are going to push in mid. As I say that, there's a fight.
BrokenBlade now getting engaged on. Big damage comes in from Wunder. He's chunked out. Ulti still available for BrokenBlade. TP as well, but even getting the TP will be a small advantage to the side of G2. Mikyx stepping forward. Schalke debating what they want to do. In a lot of situations later in the game, maybe they would feel comfortable trying to trade for Baron. The wave is pushing in mid lane. G2 are losing money just from coming to this play.
TP coming in here. BrokenBlade's gonna rejoin the team. G2 playing through bots. They have the bot push. They have vision bot side, play through bots. Schalke have the mid push, playing through mid, have the top side vision of this river. BrokenBlade trying to land some barrels. Wunder might just want to go in.
Wunder has to be careful. They'll have to be careful about diving face first into the Trundle GP team. Wunder now getting chunked out this GP ult as well. Wunder, no room for him to maneuver again. Forced away from this fight, ticking from the Ignite. Hookshot, wall dive back to safety. Miracle Smite is going to be what it takes.
Oh, big barrel onto Caps.
All eyes on Jankos. Caps incredibly low. Can he steal this away, or will Schalke secure the Cloud Soul? Jankos forced out to safety. Jankos with flash available. Jankos can
Lantern as well.
He do it. 2K. Lower. Can he deny the soul? No limit, not gonna have it. Kirei coming in over the wall as well, ready with the pillar at a moment's notice. That's soul for Schalke, no fear.
Yeah, you can see the damage that Schalke have on the poke, whether it's a Varus Q, a Syndra QE, the pillar to zone them away, GP ultimates, barrels. There's so many spells they have to deal with. G2 just have to engage. Wunder tried. They just need to engage. Wunder just needs to jump in and get a shield, maybe some kind of shockwave. Kalista ult the Thresh in. That's what they need, but they can't because they keep getting chunked out, and Schalke play the fights well. Kiting back limit. Scuffed his combo a little bit, but the Varus ult made up for it. And Schalke get away with the Cloud Soul.
And again, now with Cloud Soul, it only gets easier for them to pull off a lot of these more aggressive engages, can throw out ults a lot more willy-nilly, and certainly the extra move speed is not going to hurt when Jankos really going to struggle to get into that backline at all. A similar story for Wunder. Hookshot wall dive can do a little bit of work, but if you're diving into a GP Varus, you are not going to have a good time.
Yeah, just talking about the team fights one last time, Caps had to flash in that fight, and you could see how hard it was for him to even walk up with the GP ult on him, the barrels coming in, the Varus poke. Now he has no flash. No stopwatch. If he gets caught by any kind of combo or Varus ult, I think he's just dead.
Maybe he can hope for a flank from Wunder to set up kind of the ball delivery system, but this is an Orianna without an Alistar, without anything that really has that reliable leap in, because yes, you can get a hookshot wall dive, but when the enemy team has an Alistar, they just save headbutt for the Camille, and you're never getting that ball into the back line.
Okay, 27 minutes into the game. Mikyx It's hook on limit. I don't think much will come of it because he doesn't have any vision of where Schalke is. Schalke have mid push, they have top push. Again, playing on 2 lanes, but G2 have bot push. Wunder might want to pressure this bot tier 2. BrokenBlade has no TP, so he can't match Wunder on side lane. NUCLEARINT's going to have to be the one to do it. He is level up. No, he isn't. Wunder is a level up. He's level 15 on Camille. He should be able to just straight dive NUCLEARINT if he wants to.
Just kill NUCLEARINT.
He needs to be careful though. He has a stopwatch. There's GP ult. Schalke.
Goes. Invisible for now, tries to leap out of safety. Spectral Mob, but he's caught behind the tower. The ulti coming in, but Limit anticipates it, flashes in, but can't quite connect. Still unstoppable because the ulti animation.
Yeah, look at Wunder though. Pushed in bot, now he's moved mid. He's going to push in this wave. Maybe he can get a mid-tier 1 for this. Yes, Jankos has to flash away, but the pressure off side lane is translating into mid. That's helping G2 out a lot, because now Schalke needs to run back to mid, catch the wave, and that means, as the map transitions, as complicated as it might sound, the push in bot translates into the push in mid. And then once push in mid, it means they can push in top. And then when they can push in top, it means they can walk into river.
A lot to keep track of there. Baron set up the name of the game, and a TP now coming in from NUCLEARINT.
Yeah. Now they have no TPs though, so are Schalke just going to force Baron after this mid wave? Maybe they just push it in and just start Baron. They have a lot of turn, and Caps has no flash.
Certainly feels like what they have to do. Slowly but surely bleeding out these cooldown advantages by giving it up. BrokenBlade's TP not too far away, but Wunder and Caps both holding on to their TP, despite being a little bit behind in gold and certainly behind when it comes to the Drakes.
A lot of dancing going on here, but as the dance keeps going, the Elder Dragon is ticking down lower and lower. G2 and Elder Dragon, 3 minutes left on that. So Schalke have 3 minutes to play around with this Baron. If they can start at 4 TPs, 4 spells, 4 summoners, or even get it, they're going to sit in a great position for this Elder.
Certainly the next fight, if it goes in the favor of Schalke, feels like the death sentence for G2. They've been good at finding these small exchanges back and forth. We actually haven't seen a lot of
pushing
kills.
out top really deep, and he has no flash. I think Schalke.
Kirei goes to the pillar. Caps locked back, but now he has to walk through the GP ult as well. But phase rush, slow reduction is going to be big because it's now Wunder on the back side. Kirei and Limit can do what they can to try to peel, but that's big damage on a NUCLEARINT. Tactical sweep now comes in. NUCLEARINT almost gets one shot. He goes golden, finds a brief moment with Hexblock, but here comes Caps on the back side. Flash out from NUCLEARINT. Jankos finishing the job. He turns right back into Syndra. He can set his sights on Neon. That's the knockback. He's looking for the ulti reset, and he is going to get on top of him, but he cannot finish the kill. Back and forth from both sides. 2 kills for the side of both.
Yeah. Top jungle of G2 fall, mid support of Schalke. And that was a really bad fight for Schalke. They thought they caught out Caps, but they invested GP ult, and they were so split up that it is actually an even fight. They're losing so many waves. Look at bot wave on the minimap, losing to tier 2. Now Rekkles is going to be able to push in mid, get this tier 1 mid. Kirei has to be careful here. Hook goes wide.
Neon in the area, though. Rekkles here as well. Rekkles no ulti available. Mikyx could be in trouble if he overcommits, but the team in the area, and we look back at this fight.
Yeah, winning play for G2, just looking at what they got off the back of it. So Schalke is trying to catch out Caps. He has no flash and he's overpushed. The shockwave and the phase rush helps him to get away, but now 3 members of Schalke are towards the top side. BrokenBlade has TP, but he hasn't even used it yet. And Neon, look at Neon in the Baron River. He can't actually join the fight at all, so it's just an instant 3v3 on the top side. Mikyx and Rekkles can join us shortly afterwards. So pretty bad fight for Schalke at the start. BrokenBlade TP's behind them towards the later stages of the fight, and look at Jankos here. He lands the stun onto Neon, but he can't get the kill on the reset. BrokenBlade has to disengage with the flash, and it's a 2 for 2. But look at the waves, look at the minimap. Bot wave pushing in, mid wave pushing in. G2 gets something off the back of it.
Certainly do, and again, gold still within touching distance, only 1,000 separating both these teams. Reminder, again, Schalke win here, they lock Misfits in the top 4. For themselves, they're playing for pride. They're playing Flex individually to prove that they've still got what it takes to be in the LEC, but for the league, they are playing for Misfits. G2 on the opposite side, still fighting for top 4, have not locked it yet. This win will not 100% solidify it, but it is certainly an important step.
Baron still up, 50 seconds on Elder. G2 not even contesting vision topside. They're just trying to put some bot side vision down, some sneaky little deep vision there, but Schalke can just start it. They have a 35-second window to finish this and get towards Elder. G2 have to respond. Do you push in mid and bot and set up for instant Elder start, or do you contest this Baron? Because Rekkles is in bot lane.
7K, 6K, no one is coming to contest this. They are playing instead for the Elder Dragon start.
Now Schalke just have to run. They have to run to this Elder Dragon now. G2, they can't start it. There's still 15 seconds left. They just have to wait. Schalke should be able to get here in time. They have to hit a hook and look for a fight. Wunder's on the side. Here comes the hook.
Hook goes in, connects on Kirei, not a priority target. Wunder off on the flank, the one that you need to keep your eyes on. Caps as well. A big shockwave can turn the fight instantly. Mikyx taking a decent amount of poke here, but Schalke Gonna get first access to the mid wave. G2 are gonna have to be willing to give up something to secure this Elder.
G2 have to start it. Schalke has to walk in. It's gonna be hard for them to do so, but Limit just pulls the trigger.
Mikyx now knocked in the middle of the team. They're trying to shred through the Elder as quickly as they can. They have a Kalista potentially to secure the smite. It should be difficult, but they're now pulling away. That's a shockwave. That's a knockback. NUCLEARINT over the wall. Wunder on the backside. He's trying to take down Neon. The entire coordination of G2 is coming in clutch, but BrokenBlade remains untouched. The GP, the last source of damage. Will he be enough? No. G2, they've turned the fight. Wunder has found the flank, and it is everything that G2 needed. The Baron for Schalke cut down. 2 members left standing as Rekkles will solo secure the Elder Dragon. BrokenBlade and Limit, no hope to escape. Maybe Limit can make it out, but BrokenBlade willing to give his life. And this one, the knockback, and he is taken down, shut down for Wunder. Elder Dragon for G2. Limit trying to style a little bit with the movement, but nigh impossible for him to make it out of this one.
Yeah, I think G2 might be able to end through bot. You can see they're pushing through. Rekkles and Mikyx have base though, but Jankos and Wunder. Caps is buying time. He doesn't want to kill Limit. He just wants to wait. Kill him at the last possible second before Schalke arrive, and then they have more control of the map. Limit can't escape here. He does have Moby, so Caps is going to have to tag him at least. Does tag him.
As long as he doesn't
just
recall,
leave him alive.
fine.
They don't have to kill him.
Recall.
Just
they've got
dance.
2 members pushing him out of the
Emotes.
bottom side. Big thing though, they've got 3 members committed here.
Now you push. Now they might be able to end.
Members.
They have TP on Caps. Maybe they just go for it now through bot.
Knockback is there. Wunder canceled. Now the follow-up is there. Wunder gonna get taken down. They've got Elder Dragon, but only for another minute.
Well, that's it. Now they can't end through bot because Wunder has died. And you're completely right. 50 seconds on Wunder, 1 minute, 50 seconds on the Elder Dragon. They're only going to have 1 minute left to use this Elder Dragon, and Wunder won't have it. But that fight, Caps and Wunder absolutely clutched it out. Rekkles and Jankos tried to secure it, but there was no way they're going to be able to finish it. 6k left, and Limit was already in the pit. But the shockwave from Caps kills NUCLEARINT. Schalke lose the fight, they lose the Elder, but they got the Baron, so if they can just stall out the game, they've managed to kill Wunder 1 minute on Elder. They should be able to clear 1 or 2 waves. Just don't fight. They need to hug their Nexus and stay in their base.
And they certainly have a ton of wave clear to do so. Again, Elder just combat stats. Jankos maybe feels comfortable enough to go over the wall. Spectral Maw, invisibly. Kirei could be in trouble. Ulti goes a little bit wide from Neon, slowly losing out on those tools to disengage.
Yeah, Schalke might be fine here. You're right, they have a lot of wave clear. If they can just thin out these waves, I don't think G2 can siege unless they commit to a full-on dive. Tier 2 diving is pretty easy, but Tier 3 diving is very, very hard. Wunder's just going to TP for tempo. 50 seconds left. They have about 2 waves to work with. This and the next one.
I like it. Expose inhibitor in the bottom lane maybe gives you an access to force a fight. If you force a fight with the Elder Dragon combat power, you could come out on top, but TP's bot lane immediately backs away.
That's it. 30 seconds left. If they base here, that's it. The Elder Dragon is out, but Limit, no, they're staying. Limit's trying to clear the wave with Neon.
No way for him to really disengage out of this one. He can use the ultimate, but eventually he will get taken out. Limit, no reason to step that far forward.
Okay, 25 seconds on the Elder. Tick-tock, Schalke just need to clear out bot wave, and I think they're all right. There's 1 mid wave coming in, but I think by the time it arrives on the tower, the Elder Dragon should fall off. Caps his base. He's just going to TP back. They might want to just pressure. BrokenBlade still has ult to clear waves, though.
G2 fully committed to this play, fully committed to try to make the most of these Elder Dragon, but they got 5 seconds to make it work. It's going to fall away very quickly. Wunder stepping forward. G2 trying to bully in the mid lane. That's big damage from the GP ultimate. Schalke might look for the re-engage because Wunder cut off to the side. The shockwave not having the impact they needed, but the arrow from Varus will go a little bit wide. The pillar comes in from Kirei, but not trapping him in the midst of his team. All of G2 now on the retreat. Schalke barrel down the mid lane. There are no major objectives on the map, but if they can kill G2, they can take the base.
That's exactly what we were just talking about. Sieging tier 3s is so difficult, especially against GP Syndra Varus. G2 tried to walk up, the Elder falls off, Schalke instantly turn and Wunder falls. Now, what can they get? 2 minutes on Baron, 3 minutes on Elder, there's nothing up. Schalke just going to be able to push out waves, but more importantly, G2 with this Elder, they only got a tier 2.
And a crazy, again, back and forth game. We saw it in game 3. We're seeing it now in our 4th game of the day, G2 versus Schalke. And Schalke, certainly what a way to leave the league, going toe-to-toe with G2. Even as they're rising, this is not the G2 that was struggling in those weeks, the G2 that threw against Misfits. They're playing like a much cleaner team, and as good as the scorelines are for Jankos, as much impact as Wunder has had in the last few fights, it is still very much neck and neck.
Yeah. League of Stopwatch coming out again for G2's top side. 3 stopwatches against the Syndra. Could be game-changing, but the game's just going to slow down a bit now. Teams just want to push in mid, push in waves, try to get vision established around the next objective, which is Baron. Probably going to push this in and move towards the top side.
But we've seen all it takes is a good flank from Wunder or a good shockwaves from Caps to turn the fights. Caps 12 stacks on the Medjais, 3 items besides.
So G2 have a lot of range with Caps, and Schalke have a lot of range with BrokenBlade and Neon. It's all about poking the opponent out for Schalke and being careful of the shockwave. see if they can do so, but it's just going to be about mid-wave contests. Caps, look at the ball. He has so much range. Neon can't really step up too far, but Limit has flash, so he has to be careful. Instant flash engage. If Caps doesn't react in time, he will die. Does Schalke have a lot of burst? Wunder's pushing bot, BrokenBlade's pushing top. It's a trade-off. Everything's
going
being
to
traded.
respond. Wunder no TP to come back to the fight after BrokenBlade responds, but honestly, with Camille Q, he might just be able to shred through the inhibitor before any response can come through.
Look at Caps. He might want to shadow Wunder here. He doesn't have TP, but he knows nothing can happen in mid. If G2 clear this mid wave, they can't end. So Rekkles is going to step up. He needs to be careful.
Mickey caught out. Rekkles going to save the day. The pillar not quite where it needs to be. Two members on the bottom side. BrokenBlade now going to be in trouble. It's the TP back to the mid lane. BrokenBlade throwing down the ultimate. He's alive for now, trying to finish the job, but that's the stopwatch coming in. NUCLEARINT in the meantime. The rest of Schalke falling apart in the mid lane, but it's Neon on the backside finding a kill. It's two fights across the screen. NUCLEARINT and Caps on the top side in the bottom corner. The fight in the mid lane now center stage as Schalke pushed down the mid lane. G2, they went for an aggressive play, but it may have cost them too much.
NUCLEARINT's trying to stop Caps and Wunder's base. They don't have TPs. If he can find at least one of them, then maybe they can end the stun. Actually doesn't connect, but Caps cancels his recall. Wunder is in base. It's a 3v2.
Wunder, Rekkles, Jankos in the area as well. BrokenBlade does a ton of damage. Neon as well. G2, they need to step forward. They need to fight now. Rekkles still alive on the backside. Kirei trying to step forward, trying to body block, but he's getting lower and lower. The ulti from Jankos goes wide. He cannot find the reset. Schalke keeping the pressure on. Meanwhile, it's the battle of who can back first between NUCLEARINT and Caps, refusing to let the Orianna return to base.
It's a 4v3. Limit!
Now trying to get it. Rekkles still very tanky. He has a stopwatch of his own. BrokenBlade gets taken down. That might just be enough. Wunder stepping forward, but the damage from Neon. No, another stopwatch. G2, the stopwatch is saving the day. Neon caught. He's in the middle of Rekkles. There's nothing he can do. G2 find the fight. G2 could take the game.
Can they end though? There's both neutral objectives up, but Neon saved the game by killing Wunder. If he didn't flash forwards and kill Wunder there, he would have TP'd on bot wave, and I think the game would be over. Caps had it up as well. NUCLEARINT's the only member alive. 30 seconds on Limit, 40 seconds on the rest of the members. He cleared up bot wave. Caps just TP'd on it now. Wunder won't be up in time, but they have a wave to work with. NUCLEARINT, I don't think he can clear it out. Caps is not pushing it. He's waiting for his team, and once they arrive, then he's going to let it crash. Now, his team's here. They're pushing in bot. NUCLEARINT, can you clear this one wave? It's all on this one wave.
Has to do everything in his power to take care of it. 4 members down, G2, ready to end the game. Blood in the water, they want to close it out here. They do not care about Misfits top 4. They want to secure it for themselves.
The wave is dead, and G2 are only going to get bot inhib and mid inhib. They're going to have to back off afterwards. BrokenBlade's up in 6. Can they get an objective out of this? Because G2 can run to Elder, Wunder can TP. Schalke will be too late. I think they can just rush it down.
BrokenBlade no TP as the GP ultimate.
We've seen GP ult steal objectives before.
Oh, man.
A long time ago,
Yeah.
but we've seen it happen.
Oh, where are we? Smep cosplay when we need it.
No vision though. This would be... Nah, he can't steal this. Don't even think he's going to bother. And G2
Holding my breath.
are going to get an Elder.
Elder Dragon, potentially the Baron to follow. The next fight surely to favor G2, the incredible power of Elder Dragon.
Now, I think as soon as you get that Elder, just run to Baron. It's a free Baron, and then you push into the enemy base. With double inhibitors down, Baron and Elder, I think the fights are pretty much unlosable. Schalke have good poke, but I think against Baron Elder, I think that's it. Unless Schalke can look for a steal. There's a blast cone, but Kirei has no flash. 3 members around. I think taking a fight, they're gonna lose.
He's sweeping.
Maybe NUCLEARINT can steal it. He has a lot of damage on the Syndra.
Ulti. Wunder taking a decent amount of poke, but they're just going to walk away. Jankos and Rekkles happy to tank this one up. Neon from over the wall. They got a lot of tools to steal at Hex Flash. Limit debating how he wants to get the pit.
Maybe he wants to knock away
3K
Jankos.
getting lower. Rekkles. Jankos going to take that one.
He pushed NUCLEARINT into the pit. He has no flash.
In the middle of the entire team. Schalke just getting absolutely decimated. Limit. Yes, he's tanky, but nothing else is getting done. Jankos goes over the wall instantly. Kirei, they're now trying to turn it back. Can they take down Jankos? Now getting the shutdown as well. That is the power of the Elder Drake. Flash over the wall from Mickey. The hook goes a little bit wide, but Kirei getting taken down. BrokenBlade, the last man standing, but it will not be enough. It was a good game from Schalke. It was back and forth. It was bloody and it was messy, but ultimately it is G2 who will find the fight. It is G2 who will find 2 back-to-back Elders and take the game.
That's it. I think BrokenBlade might die as well. G2 looking for the dive. They're not going to get him in the end, I think, and they're just going to close it out. Oh, maybe they will. BrokenBlade gets 2. And he has GA. Did he just buy that GA?
Yeah.
I think he just bought it in the shop, but he's going to die anyway, regardless. G2, really back and forth game. Very, very sloppy. They're going to win. And definitely wasn't clean, but Limit pushed NUCLEARINT over the wall on the blast cone when he had no flash, so he was stuck in the pit. And you just gave him to the wolves, man.
Makes you wonder who the real NUCLEARINT is. That said, impressive showing from Schalke again. Good to see them show up in their final games. Good to see them match G2, even if it was a chaotic, messy game. That said, as messy of a game as it was, you still have to vote for your key player of the game. I always see on Twitter who is on top of this giant mess? Is it Wunder, Jankos, or Caps who came out for you guys?
Jankos was pretty consistent. Wunder's matchup wasn't great, but he did work towards the late stage. It got caught a lot, and
But
Caps,
that one, the only
Caps
reason
made the
they're in-
clutch play around, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say that the only reason they're in that game is because of Caps and Wunder play.
Well, debatable.
But then also,
But your
Jankos
opinion,
plays.
no offense, doesn't matter. It's theirs.
That's true.
But you might sway them.
I might. We'll see what you guys think. But we're soon going to hear from Wunder before it's time for our final game of the day. It's match of the week between Fnatic and Mad Lions. Let's get a little bit more bloody on the Rift. How about that?
More bloody than that? Wasn't
Yes.
that like 36 kills?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone in our team is quarantined, so we cannot see each other. We can't leave the house. We are gonna be playing way better at the end of the split.
Now that we are back in office, it's getting better, and we started improving a lot once again.
As the reigning champions, you are always looking over your shoulder, watching for who could threaten your title. And Fnatic have their eye on the prize.
Feels good to have the trophy when there are people that were hyped, like Hansama, Upset. They were both like super hyped, but in the end, I got it, guys.
Definitely feels bad to see other people reach the things you want to, but it's also part of growing as a human.
Fnatic came into summer wanting to prove that this lineup is championship material. They want to show Mad Lions who's boss.
Movement is the heart of the most creative plays. I'm back again with Kia to give you the chance to show millions of viewers around the world your ability to move like no one else. We're inviting you to show your biggest and most inspirational plays. And if you've truly got what it takes, then your play will be cast by me during the LEC Finals, just like a pro.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Welcome back to the LEC G2 Esports Takedown Schalke 04. And Wunder, thank you so much for joining me after the game. First question, very simple. How would you describe this game? I need one word from you.
I would probably say chaotic.
Chaotic.
Or dirty. Dirty is probably like the better word for it.
Dirty. Okay, then in that sense, how do you explain the dirty games you always have against Schalke 04 all the time?
I mean, I don't know if it's Schalke 04 specific. I guess like we lost to them last time, right? So I guess in that sense it is. But I just think that we sometimes have these games like where everything is just like really chaotic and we are like trying a lot of stuff, right? Like we are playing in this comp champs that can all do something exciting, and maybe we just get a bit too excited sometimes instead of just like playing it the safe way, like me included. I was really running it like a lot of times this game. And I think just in general, we all have like our int moments as players. And yeah, it really came through this game specifically.
Yeah, there's a history between you and Schalke every time. And I mean, you mastered chaos with G2 years ago, so no doubt you get through this kind of stuff. And I actually have some questions about the game because you decided to trade Baron for Elder. Can you explain why?
I mean, we were setting up for Elder, right? And it's usually our, well, it's usually our nemesis, right? We don't like giving away Elder because then we just fight them right after and lose the game. So kind of felt like giving them Nash here and getting good bot wave, good mid wave, and basically being in position to flank was still a fight they were willing to take, because I think if we get Elder at this point, it can also be really hard for them to play. They can obviously opt into not fighting Elder, and then we just have like a standoff. But I think Camille with Elder, for example, could probably easily dive the GP, so they would have to at least concede some things, while I guess denying Baron for us, which can be a good trade for them. But I think that's in the end why we went for the play, and I guess it kind of worked out since they fought us right after.
Yeah, I agree, and it's thanks to the vision you gathered right before the play that you guys managed to find this necessary flank to find the Elder. But something else happened right after, around the time you almost finished the game. You were split pushing bot lane, BB was top lane, you go for the base race, but then the GP ult prevents you from doing so. And then, I don't know how to describe it, because you go back, you try and defend, they push mid. Tell me about this decision making to not let Schalke end the game here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously GP ult is pretty good at defending, but I think if Syndra doesn't TP, we will just end up ending before them anyways and killing them. So once Syndra TPs, we know for sure it can't be they can't be 5 in our base. We were of course like also taking a fight mid lane meanwhile, which is what I'm talking about. It was like a bit of a chaotic game, right? Because we ended up losing the fight mid lane while we were making bot play, which of course was not intentional. But I think in these kind of situations where you can like Q1 on Camille, like for example, you can Q a creep, Q a ward something, and then you can E in with the choke out ult. I think those kind of situations are pretty fun to play. So I kind of just didn't want to lose the game, so I guess that's why I ended up basing.
Yeah, and it turned out well for you. And about this whole game, the community chose Jankos to be player of the game. Do you agree with that, and why?
I mean, I think he didn't make a lot of mistakes this game. I for sure made more mistakes. Also think he's playing Viego, which is like really OP champ, right? Especially right now that it got nerfed for lane, it kind of has to go into jungle. So this is like the champ that I got my player of the games on as well, right? So he's kind of just milking the Viego hype train, which, I mean, hopefully they either make it viable in lane or they nerf it a little bit in jungle, because junglers can't have, they can't just have all the fun, you know. It needs to go into the laners as well. But yeah, I mean, I think he played well this game, all things aside, right? Even on Viego or another champ, I think he didn't make a lot of like mistakes on a individual level. So I guess I don't really know who else would get it, but I think, yeah, he could for sure have it.
Yeah, but you're right. He had fun for too long this season, especially hopefully he goes back on tank duty during playoffs. But for now, Wunder, thank you so much for this interview. Quick word, because I have Fnatic and Mad Lions getting ready behind me. Who wins match of the week this week?
I mean, Fnatic lost yesterday in a very disgusting way. So I actually think Matt might just take it. Before this week would have started, I would have said Fnatic, but I think Matt will take it today.
All right, Matt will take it. We'll see that after the break. Good luck against your team tomorrow. And we're going to take a short break. We'll be back in a couple minutes for Match of the Week. Fnatic, Mad Lions, you don't want to miss it. Don't go anywhere.